Hello and welcome to the next Euro 2020 live watch along. We're in the round of 16. We already know two of the teams that are through: Italy and Denmark. Netherlands versus Czech Republic's next up. The winners of this will go on to face Denmark. Both teams coming into this game in relatively okay form. Czech Republic had a meh group stage. I think they could have performed a bit better, but you know what? They got out of the group and that's all they wanted. Now they will be facing Netherlands, obviously, who did top their group. Quite an easy group, but when they've been tested, especially against Ukraine, they did struggle, and we saw it with Italy. Italy didn't really get tested in their group, finally get tested against Austria, and narrowly beat them. That was our first extra time game. And fingers crossed, we can get another one. Hello. Let's make sure camera's alright. Do I look sexy? Of course I do. As well, just give that. Put the headphones on. As ITV has already crashed. It is a great start. We love ITV Hub. We really do. Of course, it had to happen, did it? It really did. Was I am actually struggling to get ITV back up. But I hope everyone is okay for this watch long as, yeah, there we go. We are back. We see the Czech Republic fans screaming their national anthem. We will look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. I just need to move this across and then we're all good. But hello everyone, welcome to the watch along. Hopefully you are actually just watching. I appreciate that. But if we look at the starting lineups for both sides, we will start with the home side. That is obviously Netherlands. And their lineup is looking like this. It's Martin Stekelenburg in net, then a back five of Patrick van Aanholt, Daley Blind, Matthijs de Ligt, Stefan de Vrij and Denzel Dumfries, obviously one of the standouts of this tournament so far. Midfield three, Frenkie de Jong, Eugenio Wijnaldum and Martin de Roon. And then up front it's Donyell Malen and Memphis Depay. Look very exciting in their final game and they've got an opportunity there. On the bench it's Krul, Bezo, Veltman, Ake, Wijndal, Berghuis, Promes, Klassen, Gravenberch, Vegos, Timber and Gakpo. Obviously Gakpo came on off the bench in that last game and you know what, he had actually a decent performance, so it's interesting what is the subs that make a major difference in this game, because it could be a game of substitutes. And speaking of the other team, we'll look at the Czech Republic side. It's not Kasper Schmeichel in net, it's Thomas Vaclik. I don't know why Kasper Schmeichel is there. It is Vaclik though. Then it's Pavel Kadabarek, Thomas Kalash, Andrzej Shalushka and Vladimir Sufal. Then there's a midfield, sort of two defensive midfielders. It is Thomas Souček and Peter CZECHS. Then it's Antonin Barak, Thomas Holeš and Lucas Majapust. Obviously CZECHS coming in for Derrida. Derrida out with an injury from right. I don't think there's any other changes off the top of my head. Yanko, I think, maybe have come out as well. And then up front it is that man, one of nearly the top goal scorer, Patrik Schick. I know Ronaldo is there now, but Schick is on 3. And he definitely could make it more, should be in for a very good game. If we look at the head-to-head of both of these sides, they have faced off 35 times before, with the Czechs winning the most matches. Wait, what? I mean, that's definitely not right. They've played each other 11 times, because unless that's wrong there, but the Czechs have won the most matches with 5. The last match was back in 2015, a 3-2 victory for the Czechs in Euro 2016 qualifiers. They've not lost to the Netherlands since 2005. It's a big gap. 5 wins for Czech Republic, 3 for Netherlands, 3 draws separating them both. So the favour in terms of previous form, it does fit the Czech Republic contingent. If we look at sort of their journey to the round of 16, we'll start with Netherlands. This opened up the game with a 3-2 victory over Ukraine. Obviously, I did that watch on Ukraine, nearly mounted an incredible comeback. But we saw that when the Netherlands side do get tested, they do struggle a little bit. And with Denzel Dumfries obviously getting that late equaliser, we saw it. Then they did really, then they beat Austria 2-0 with good result, quite convincing. And then they beat North Macedonia 3-0 in a result that you kind of expected. But this is going to be a really proper test, and the Czech Republic side are a side that are not going to sit down easily. They opened up their tournament with a 2-0 win over Scotland with that Patrik Schick absolute screamer. Really good performance against them. Then against Croatia, they got a 1-1 drive and Perisic got the draw. Schick's getting another goal on the score sheet. Really even game there. And then they were just narrowly 1-0 losers against Czech Republic, Raheem Sterling. So not lucky goal, but definitely was wide open. But more importantly, they've proven that they're not a side to give in easily. And they can really easily contain. Like, I mean, playing against Croatia and England, they're very two easy sides, and I think there's going to be a little bit bias from me. Obviously, I will be backing Czech Republic a little bit more. Obviously, we are in Budapest, which is very good to see. As I'm just looking to see what happens here. I thought something special. Is Anthony Taylor reffing today? I thought he refereed last night. But he may be pulling double duty. As the game does get underway, Schick will get us kicked off. And we'll see that long ball. And you can see there's such a big... From this camera, look at that orange wall. We talk about in terms of... With F1, we have Max Verstappen and the orange wall who support him wherever he goes. And we've seen it. We saw it today in Belgium, but... not Belgium, in Austria. But we've got it here. So many things. I think that the crowd's very evenly split. A lot of Czech Republic fans, a lot of Netherlands fan. It does feel like a full capacity game. I think it might be full capacity, actually. I mean, Netherlands obviously the favourites going into this game as we did get underway. We are 36 seconds in. It's Daniel Marlin, though. Puts in early crossing. There's a man open at the back post. Just a little bit too much on it. But it was Denzel Dumfries there, who was arriving very late. He was just a little bit too much swinging it from Daniel Marlin, but already testing Netherlands. Obviously, Frank de Boer, a lot of pressure on him in this game as their coach. I mean, Netherlands fans are not the biggest fans of him, so a lot of pressure on him to get a performance out of this side. But we are a minute in. The Czech Republic, I mean, they're going to have to sort of play a different game. It's passed around nice. They'll probably have to play Netherlands tempo, which is a lot more high tempo than I think Czech Republic are used to. Thomas Holeš, he'll have a go. It wasn't close to Slavia Prague, man, but early opportunity for Slavia, early opportunity for Netherlands. I think both teams will just want to get a feeler of each other and see how they can get into this game. Look at where the big sort of weaknesses in both sides. So we look at that Netherlands back line, and it is very strong, don't get me wrong. I think that back three, it's a back five, but it's a back three of De Vrij, De Ligt and Blind. I mean, De Vrij, Serie A winner, and very experienced centre-half. Matthijs Daley Blind, very experienced centre-half, one of the leading centre-halves at Ajax. And then the other one, Matthijs De Ligt, one of the young standout sensations of that Ajax side. De Ligt obviously is one of them. Obviously moving to Juventus. Probably not had a decent season. Vashlik with not the best clearance, but Vladimir Sufal will keep himself controlled. Czech Republic do get it cleared. Poor headed by Patrik Schick, though. But it's cleared away. Now, there's obviously going to be a little bit of bias here today with the Czech Republic. Obviously, if you've watched this channel, you know that I was a big fan of Slavia Prague. Not last year, but the year before, when they were joined into the group of death. I backed them, and I fell in love with Peter Alienka. Congratulations to him. He got married. But yeah. And I fell in love, obviously, Thomas Souček, Vladimir Sufal. Now it is going to be Slavia Prague man's Peter Stevčić coming into the team today. Going to be a big moment for them. And yeah, as I thought it would be, you'll see when we did the lineups, I had Thomas Holeš playing as sort of centre mid. It has switched around because I saw Barak was at left mid. That didn't seem right. Barak's on the left. Barak's in the centre. Stevčić is on the left. Thomas Holeš is at CDM. How where he plays at Slavia Prague. So playing next to his former teammate, Thomas Souček. It's Barak. Lovely pass inside. Couldn't create much, and it's going to be a scrappy game. It's Vladimir Sufal. We'll just put it across to the other side of the pitch. To Kadabarek. And you know what? It's going to be a calm thing. I realise Jan Borrell obviously is missing this game. He did get another yellow card in that first game against... Not that first game, that last game against England does miss this tie. So I realised I think I did put a bet on Sky Bet last night, and I never actually checked it. I could be Cyrus a millionaire, definitely not a millionaire. It was like a really poor return. If I sign in, there we go. Did it? He definitely didn't come in. What were it? Oh, it was Italy to win on penalties, and then Italy went and scored 2 literally as soon as I put the bet on, which was severely disappointing. But it was a good game yesterday. Austria really took the game to Italy, and it's a good counter-attacking opportunity now for Netherlands. It was to start with Frankie de Jong. So Van Aanholt finds Memphis Depay, and it's the Barcelona man, takes it past 2, but Tomáš Vašlik will collect. But he's got so much pace and energy, Memphis Depay. There's a reason that he was one of Lyon's best players this season. There's a reason that Barcelona got him on a free, and Barcelona wanted him. Creates so much pace and energy. Mažapuš tried to play it through to Patrik Schick. It's nice from Czech Republic. Win the ball back. Tomáš Holeš. To Ševčík. Put onto his left-hand side to Kadabarek. So the Hoffenheim man was, don't think got called up to the last one, but he is here now. Hoffenheim not enjoying the best seasons. He was very mediocre. I mean, you had a very good goal scorer in Andrej Kramaric, who really helped you get a couple of goals and probably kept you higher up in the table than you probably should have based on any other players. But opening 5 minutes, a little bit, not the best football from both teams, I think it'd be fair to say. But it's the knockout stages in round of 16, and apart from that Denmark game, I think that Denmark game was definitely an outlier. This one is really the opposite. Then we had the really tense game, Italy-Austria, was 0-0 in 90 minutes, and this is another game that we could see go there, and when we looked at the Denmark-Wales game, we said, it's actually quite an even game if we're looking at it. As the Kadabarek has just gone down injured, it was Tomáš Souček who actually bundled into him. Not the most comfiest of players you want running into you. Absolute rock for West Ham this season, one of their standout players. And I know it's Depay to Marlon, squeezes it across. Squeezes it. And it was Tomáš Kalaš who does make the block, very important one. And I'll go for our first corner of the game for Netherlands. But, yeah, I mean, I know the West Ham were looking at Kral. Kral just really not performing this tournament. I think there's been points in games where him and Souček's partnership has been working well. But just in terms of an overall performance, it's not been the most convincing. The cross comes in. It's a great ball. And it's come off the crossbar. The rebound shot. And it's way wide. And it was Matthijs de Ligt. It's an incredible ball. I think Daley Blind plays this crossing. It was a really good ball in by Blind. De Ligt, I think he is offside. But he wins his header. But he just couldn't angle it to the net. And then Depay on the sort of the return absolutely squeezes it right. Oh, and he just hits the wrong side of De Ligt's head. And Schick now does win the ball back for Czech Republic, and they're going to want to get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of opportunities to get into this game. They really are. As it is passed down to this left-hand side. It's a lovely drive. And it will be a throw-in. Denzel Dumfries, I mean, one of the stand-up great player in the Eredivisie this season, and people are realising how good he is, especially in this tournament. Obviously, operates better as a right wing-back, but can definitely play as a right-back if you need. Really good on both sides of the pitch, defensively and going forward. He can do that. But 8 minutes in, and I think in the Netherlands, obviously, they're going to have the more chance this game. You'd hope they would. They've had a better group stage. Overall, you would say they've got the more talented team. I'm looking for Wijnaldum, because does he not have the captain's armband today? Depay does well. Who's got the captain's armband today? Oh, is it Wijnaldum? I think it is Wijnaldum, but he's got like a white band on. I know that he was wearing something special. CZECHS gets it cleared, but constant pressure from Netherlands here, really good pressure. As Frank de Jong is fouled there by Tomáš Souček, and it's one thing that I think Czech Republic are. They're an aggressive side. They will foul you, and I think the worry is, especially when you get into these later rounds, a yellow card we see with Jan Bottle being out, that Kadabarek has got to come in now. Obviously, Kadabarek is a good, decent left back for the national team, But you don't want to change it much up because of that yellow card against England. He misses. It's been not the most convincing there from Thomas Kalash. It was a ball played through by Memphis Depay, and Kalash, he just lets it go through his legs. It's lucky that it's got enough pace on it that Vashlik can dive out and collect it. But no look comfortable. I think that's an issue where the Czech Republic national side do. I think that up front you've got Patrik Schick, very good striker. You've got your midfield is okay. I mean, you've got Thomas Souček is there, but Memphis Depay up against Thomas Kalash. Depay lays it off to Dumfries. Is inside the box, and that's a great defensive challenge there from Kadabarak. Really does. Dumfries losing, but then Kadabarak sticks his body in front of him and makes a really important tackle. But it's another corner. We saw last time they had a corner. De Ligt nearly got to the end of it, and I think Czech Republic will cover that man to go short. Depay will whip it in. Headed away by Schick at the front post. Got out for a throw-in. And the midfield, I say, is okay. It's quite talented. Your fullbacks are decent. I think Vladimir Soufal was one of the best right-backs in the league. Jan Borrell, a little bit better. I think, can be error-prone. But as a leader, very good. But your centre-back and your keeper, Thomas Vashlik, is great. And obviously with Yuri Pavlenka as well, you actually have got a good keeper sort of bench in a way. But then two centre-backs, and Kalash obviously playing for Bristol City isn't the most talented player to have on your team. And then Shaluska obviously does play for Sparta Prague and their good team, and he deserves his ban. But Andre Kudela is such a huge miss for this side. Again, very vocal, and in terms of a footballing sense, and not his views way, he's a good centre-back to have on a pitch. We know he's loved in that Slavia Prague dressing room by all the players due to him being this leader that they want and can command out from the back. And do they really have it with Kalash and Shaluska? I haven't really seen both of them centre-backs being loud and demanding. But it doesn't matter if they can get a goal. I mean, I think this game, the Czech Republic of Portland, if they could get the goal first, that will really calm them nerves. If they do go a goal down, it will be very tough to. I think it'd be tough for them to come back from it. This is a really good ball over the top. Vashlik's in two minds. And it's a good block there by Thomas Kalash. And it's like Denzel Dumfries again. It really is. He's causing so many problems so early on in this game. So early on. It's a good ball across. And Vashlik, he gets caught in two minds. Dumfries tries to square it across, and Kalash does make the block. And Depay will whip this in. It's a really good ball in. De Ligt just can't win it at the back post. De Roon does win the initial header. But he'll go out for a goal kick. And it is a nearly full stadium. Czech Republic just want a bit of respite. So well done to Kalash because he wins the first header, which takes it away from Dumfries a little bit. And then to make the second block, I mean, the pass from Dumfries, I think Vashlik would have been able to get back, or at least I think it was Sanuska would have been able to get it. But Denzel Dumfries, my God, he causes so many problems for all the teams. And I think he will be one of the keys to success if Netherlands want to go further in this tournament. He is definitely a player you would want to look at to carry you through. Now, Majapush puts a cross in, no one there. And Souček can't win it back off Dumfries. And that the Dutch fullback, my God, he's having a great game so far, and it's only been 13 minutes. And he's definitely a player you can see coming in, changing the landscape of this game. Give him a couple more opportunities to either burst through the back line or make a running drive down the right side. And he could easily cause some problems. The throw-in's took. Won well by Saluska. But you see Souček playing such a high line, something you don't see often, obviously. In that West Ham setup, it is Rice and him. And Rice probably would push forward a little bit more. I mean, Souček loves a goal, don't get me wrong. But he's practically playing where Barak should be playing. Just showing that drive to go forward. And it's going to be a foul here. Sheluska on Memphis Depay. Obviously, he'll be wanting to have a good tournament just to prove to Barcelona that they were right in bringing him in. So, same with Gini Wijnaldum, in 2 teammates. I know Wijnaldum's got PSG with it. But, I mean, great business by PSG. So, lovely turn by Marlon. And it's blocked by Kalash. And he goes for another corner, probably the 4th corner of this game for Netherlands. But PSG, great business so far. Bringing in Donnarumma and Wijnaldum on frees, especially, great. Managed to get the pulling power to bring him in. But then also to try to sign Achraf Hakimi as well as your right back. I think right back is definitely an area where they've got issues. I think Florenzi isn't really that. So having Hakimi, Marquinhos, and Kimpembe. Cross corner comes in. Headed away by CZECHS. CZECHS can't win the initial header, and Frankie de Jong does. But it's Lucas Mascherpush. Does really well. There's a man open on the left, and it's just a poor ball there by Peter CZECHS. And Schick goes for the free kick, doesn't get it. It's one of them ones. De Ligt does go into the back, but Schick goes down so easily. One thing that's very interesting, obviously we know the whole thing's with Hungary, and they obviously are in Hungary, in Budapest. It's very interesting that the Volkswagen advert has got very rainbow colours, don't they? Especially after the whole Germany situation. Seems like Volkswagen are saying a big F you politely. Well, I know that I think Gini Wijnaldum has got a white armband. So, got nowhere to go, and he's forced to kick out, and he's actually stayed in the pitch. Does really well, Cadbury, to keep it in. And De Vrij. Mascherpush with a tackle, but Lucas Mascherpush, we saw it on that counter-attack there. It's one thing he does well really off Slavia, especially when he's got Abdallah Sima running with him, is he will take the ball in the midfield if it's on a counter-attack, and he's got the talent to take past 1 or 2 and then play through. We saw it there. Take it past 2, lays off CZECHS. CZECHS not the best ball over the top to Schick. But I really would back Mascherpush. I think he's a talented player, probably a championship level player if we're being realistic. But definitely I would love to see him move to the championship. The problem with the Slavia Prague is that they've got talented players. It's just because they do run away with the league. I think a lot of clubs don't look at the league, and obviously they dominate. And it's very nasty that CZECHS and Soufal got their moves to West Ham. And I think Abdallah Sima may be the next one that would be leaving Slavia to go to a different club. Possibly, maybe, I could see him go to like a Ligue 1, like a medium Ligue 1 side and be there, not even starting striker, but learn off like a more experienced one. I don't know who he could go to. I know West Ham were looking at him. That's a lovely turn. That's a real lovely turn. I think that was by Stefan de Vrij, the centre-half. Oh, it was a nearly teased ball by Patrick van Aanholt. Can't find Wijnaldum. But this Netherlands side, it's all about controlling the pace, controlling the game. Depay plays it through to Van Aanholt. He squares it across, cleared away by Czech Republic. Really well cleared there by them. But they've got so much energy. Netherlands doing it. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous at points. It really is. A Stecklenberg here. We'll take this kick. Headed by Dumfries, doesn't win it. We'll go out of play. And 20 minutes in, and the Netherlands look like they could score so many. I mean, the attacking intent was there. I think Patrick van Aanholt, if this does go in, would have been given a side, but it's a really good ball. Right pace, right bounce on it. And it was eventually cleared away by Kadabarek. Or Kadabarek, but I think it's Kadabarek. Good thinking by the fullback. Because he gets a lot of power on that clearance after a really good ball by the other left back on the other side, Patrick van Aanholt. It's another throwing in behind. And I think Marlon has just gone down under a foul by Cheluska. And we'll just get away. It's not Anthony Taylor, by the way. It's just another bald referee. And Cheluska there. Marlon takes it past him. Cheluska wipes him out. And he's so talented, Donyell Marlon. We saw it in that previous game, Netherlands final game against North Macedonia. And yes, obviously you can blame, it was North Macedonia. You don't really expect them to really defend well, but what he was doing, regardless of the side, was making his nice runs. Even trying to, he's driving, he would take it in the midfield and just push out to the right if he needs it. Or if not, lay off, then make a run, he moves to the open space so well. And it's going to be a free kick for Netherlands. Memphis Depay standing over it. You see a lot of Netherlands players, a lot of orange shirts in the box. And it's going to be crossed in. Headed at the front post. Find Frankie de Jong. Just outside the box. And he won't be able to find it. Forced to go back to De Roon. To Daley Blinder. We've seen he's got a good cross in him. If he wants, and it's a good ball in. Chaluska heads it, and now a chance for a Slavia Prague counter-attack. CZECHS puts way too much on it. And maybe that's because he hasn't played as many games with it. He should be playing a way better ball there, CZECHS. Put so much power on it, and they do really well to not allow Netherlands to recycle the ball, get it away. And all you need is that good ball through to Schick. And, you know, Schick might not get into the end of it, but he can at least chase it down and test this Netherlands backline, because right now you haven't. Well won by Chaluska, who pushed very high up. Schick wins the initial header. Majapussi, he nutmegs De Ligt, but great defending from the Juventus centre-back. Still finds Soufal. And Soufal keeps it, gets past one. Lays off to Majapusht. CZECHS back to Majapusht. CZECHS now. Crosses in, it's a good ball, it's headed across. And surprisingly, it's that man Thomas Souček, he loves a header. And he's just put it wide, but Czech Republic's first chance of the game just goes amiss. Oh, so close. He goes for the header, he just flicks it too much. But that was Czech Republic's first opportunity of the game, and Lucas Majapussi and CZECHS linking up really well. I mean, Soufal looks like he lost the ball, keeps it in. Plays it through to Majapussi. Majapussi back to CZECHS. CZECHS then makes the run that allows Majapussi to play it through. Good ball in. And the header just goes wide. But brave defending from Matthijs de Ligt, I think we've got to admire. When Majapussi nutmegs him, de Ligt just holds on. He holds off Majapussi and then still gets the ball. Couldn't obviously get it cleared. And it led to the chance. But really good defending from the Juve man. Who is the future of that backline? We obviously know that. And you've got your future of your midfield and your future of your attack with Marlon. De Jong, obviously, De Jong is still so young. He's only 23, 24 maybe, if I'm right. Yeah, 24. That's at least 2 more major tournaments. 3 at a push. Obviously Daniel Marlon, 22 years old. That's at least another 3 tournaments at least. And obviously, Matthijs de Ligt is also 21. He's younger than Marlon, which is mental to think. But he's just that talented. And he's the future of that defence. As I think this first half has gone really slow, but it's been full with chances for, well, more for Netherlands than anyone, but they've had a couple of opportunities. Czech Republic to go for. We'd have like one opportunity with Souček, but in terms of, we saw it where Schick made the run in behind, CZECHS just played a poor ball through. We saw on the right where Soufal was trying to make a run. Soufal just, just couldn't get the ball through. But there have been a lot of opportunities for both sides. And you know what? The stats may lie. It's 1 shot for Netherlands, 2 shots for Czech Republic. But both teams have tried to create something, I suppose. When you're in these round of 16, some players, don't want to give everyone a major opportunity. I'm just trying to look. I'm just trying to find out. So I was reading something there. As we just got to get drinks back, obviously in Budapest, it is absolutely roasting right now. I'm pretty confident if I have a look at the temperature, Budapest weather. Obviously, don't forget tonight with Josh at 10 to 8, it's an even better game because it's Belgium, Portugal, which is going to be a huge game. Which I personally, I can offer 31 degrees, by the way, in Budapest. So very hot over there. I was looking BVB Buzz close to reaching an agreement over Sancho. And it looks like we're going to get Noni Madueke from Eindhoven. Top of their list, 20 million. As a replacement, young replacement, possibly? Possibly? Wait and see. Apparently, Manchester United have increased their offer for Sancho, which is very nice to see. I've just seen, I think it's Van Nistelrooy there. So I'm just going to send this to Kieran as we get this water break in. I was checking to see the weather and stuff. But we are back on the way. And it's the one problem around 16, because it is where it counts and you should get these entertaining games. But one of the problems is Kieran got that in extra time, and which is great and it's dramatic. But then by the time you get to extra time, you want penalties. And so it's one of them things where it's like, I'm happy because we've got drama, but also we've gone to extra, we've missed extra time, and that's just disappointing. And the pressure from Netherlands is great, and we see it. Like, it's more Daniel Malen, and obviously the two strikers, Malen and Pai, not giving the centre backs Shaluska and Kalas time to breathe. And look, the Czech Republic are just forced to hold the ball in their own half, and Vashlik will just have to kick it long. Good marking from Netherlands, and long ball over the top. Souček flicks it on. Good defending from Frankie de Jong. Really good defending from him. Does really well. Stays with his man of Majrapush. Stays with him well. And obviously using defensive instincts. They're not even a defender, a midfielder, obviously. But great defender. I mean, that Barcelona time going to look dangerous next year, obviously. With Messi, Depay, and then, who's that? Look, Griezmann. Midfield of Frankie de Jong, Pedri. Got a very strong side. Same for PSG, obviously we talked about that, but they'll still have Neymar and Mbappe and Icardi. Who's their striker? Or is it Mbappe plays down the middle and it's Di Maria? Your midfield, maybe he probably might end up being weakest position at the end of this transfer window. Which I don't think many of us would have expected to say that, but I know, because you get Gini Wijnaldum, idiot. You're getting Wijnaldum, obviously Donnarumma in net. You're going to have two great keepers. Mazepust. Hello, Kyle, mate. Good to see someone in chat. Good to just talk to someone. Hi, mate. Hope you're all good. Are you alright? How's your day been? Busy? I was going to ask questions. Have you got to win the game? Let us know. But I'm all good, mate. It's bad to say, but I think I'll be happy when the Euros are over. And not because of football, but more just because Schick, he goes for it. Has it been so far? It's been okay. Oh, I would say it's been okay. Not been the best in terms of goals or really opportunities, but Netherlands have really looked strong. But when Czech Republic get an opportunity, they've looked well. We've had two there. Schick outside the box, and Soufal made a lovely run, and it's just too much, not enough on the ball. And Netherlands will have a chance to attack with Daniel Malen. And he won't, he'll slow the game down. But yeah, I think it's been quite an even game so far. Czech Republic with more actual chances, but Netherlands with the overall possession, I think, controlling the game a lot more. How are you, mate? We've had a busy day. Yeah, but like with the Euros ending, because I feel like right now it's like, I'll lay in bed, because I'm like, oh, well, Euros are on and thingy, like, I just need a reason to get up early. And I don't have that right now. I think Australia they'll play the games late. I might stay, like, fix my sleep by watching the World Cup. The Olympics. Because when are the Olympics? 2020. So like Serena Williams is not playing there. I'm just looking. Olympic Games 2020. There we go. Where's their actual website? So it starts in. It's 23rd of July to the 8th of August. Really, that's not long, is it? 1 week, 2 weeks. That's not long at all. I want to have a look at the teams. As we've got people. I'm just looking. I'm trying to see. So it's in obviously thing, yeah. Oh, we're in the torch relay is in Kanagawa, the 43rd prefecture of the 47. Not long, only so just around a month before the just under a month before they start. So when I look at the football, there's Frankie de Jong making a nice little run. So I just want to look at the teams that have qualified, because I know that Australia announced their team either today or next week. So they'll be playing in some absolutely lovely stadiums. I've got a bit tired. Been doing a bit of swimming. I thought it said swimming at first. Just wait to watch some football. Just want to watch some football, and then I got gonna go for the Netherlands 2-0. I mean, it's a good prediction. It really is. That phone's stuck on me. It's a really good prediction, because I think Netherlands are the favourites, and so far they've been playing like they are. But anything can happen. I think most people saw Italy walk through that last game, but I'm just looking at the games like, well, what's being played at the Tokyo Stadium? So that's football. The pentathlon is being played, then I presume rugby as well is the other one that'll be playing there. Yeah. But like Sapporo Dome is a lovely stadium. I've seen a lot of these through like wrestling as well, but like obviously the Olympic Stadium, but like the Sapporo Dome. It's a good ball into the box. Marlon Shoes blocked well. This time it was Callas who makes the block, and that's been the story of the game so far. Just Stelutzka and Callas making blocks. It was a lovely attacking phase of play. Finds Marlon, he does well. And it was actually Stelutzka who made that block. It went through Kalash's legs. And Kalushka makes a block. I'm just going to look at the Olympic sort of teams now and see what big players are going as the cross comes in, headed away. The thing is, for me, watching the Australian national team will be better for me, because I will know, because I think like Dennis Jonro might, oh no, he got called up. It's a good cross in, and it's blocked there by Tomasz Kalash, and it's another ball across. It's the USA women's side, which I know have sent a really, really strong team. Like Megan Rapinoe's there and etc. I'm looking at the rest of it. So, Chris Beath is one of the ones from the sort of Asian Football Confederation. Like Chris Beath. What about us? Who are we sending? No one. No one. We haven't got anyone. Oh, so it's 3 Israeli, 3 Serbian, 3 Bulgarian, 3 Portuguese. You've got 3 United States officers. Oh, right, so they all come from basically one nation apart from... It's nice to see Chris Beath get called up. Like him as a referee, really do. He's very talented. VAR, we don't even have a VAR. Our own. I'm just looking though, because obviously Japan... I'm trying to see, like, France qualified. Like, what team of France take? Because, if I'm right, France can take a very, very strong side as that deflection does go wide. It's just going to show me the main side in it. If that's the World Cup qualifying, we don't want to see that. Obviously, World Cup qualifying will be taking place very soon as well. Here are teams. Here we go. Oh, Dani Alves. Is it Dani Alves is being called up to the Brazil side? Oh, it's D'Agostino getting called. So you just got me. I've just got myself excited about the Olympics teams. Here we go. It's like Australia. Okay, can you just click them if they've announced who's going? So it will be interesting because obviously you look at the teams there: Spain, Mexico, Korea Republic, Japan, Germany, France, Australia, Argentina, Brazil, Ivory Coast. There are some very, very strong teams in there. And especially if it's like the under-21s, of who do they take as the older players. And so far puts a ball in, cleared away by Matthijs de Ligt, and we might get first. First Netherlands, Czech Republic corner. Team announcements. I want to find out, because we may see some really strong players go. So we saw that Neymar went. So Neymar obviously didn't get selected. Neymar has not been selected in the Brazilian football squad for the Olympics. Okay, here we go. Corner comes in. So I think it's either if you don't have a Brazilian call-up or if you haven't played for them, maybe. So I'm just looking. The team for Brazil, like Dani Alves is going. Gabriel Magalhães, Diego Carlos, obviously Arsenal and Sevilla respectively, is Karabarek. Douglas Luiz for Bruno Guimaraes. It's a good cross in. And Stecklenburg will collect. Schick just couldn't get to it. But like Bruno Guimaraes, Douglas Luiz, Aston Villa and Liverpool. And then up front, Malcolm from Zenit, Antony, Paulinho, Matheus Cunha as well. They've got a very strong team. Oh, so these are the three like older players. It's Dani Alves, Gabriel Menino, and Guilherme Arana. Obviously won the 2016 final on penalties. Maximilian Meyer was in that team. Blind to Depay. Tries to play through Marlon. Does go over in like a foul, asking for one, doesn't get it. Japan's... Is this Japan's team? This is on the Japan Times. I didn't even think that was a thing. It's July the 12th. Oh, so this was before... Alright, this was before the Olympics. It's like in Japan, because they're not competing in any major tournaments right now. Well, I suppose France won't be as well. Be interesting to see who they can call up. I might have a proper look at half-time. See when Australia announced it, because if Australia announced on Thursday, you presume that the other teams... I suppose a lot of the European nations will be waiting to see after the Euros, because if maybe a player doesn't play, they will be able to play in the tournament, possibly. I don't know how it works. CZECHS, though, is running in and around to Barak. Tries to cross it in. A little bit too much on it, doesn't go to anyone. And Denzel Dumfries just will see it out for a throw-in. And there's been opportunities for Czech Republic, don't get me wrong, but we've only had two crosses that have tested Stecklenburg. The one where Souček heads it just across the face of goal. And the one where there's this, what's it called, Mexican wave going on. And then one where Schick just couldn't beat Stecklenburg to the headers. Watchalong will collect this ball and Czech Republic will get in momentum, swing to them a little bit. In the past couple of minutes, having a couple more opportunities. Soufal has stood on the ball. And it's a break for Netherlands with Donyell Marlon. And it is Marlon. The cross was tried to be played in by Van Aanholt. It's a poor one. And Souček clears. Header again by Souček. Mazapush with not the best touch. And will force Frankie de Jong here. And it's a great tackle by Barak to CZECHS. Gets it taken off by Mazapush to Barak. Tries to play it back through to Mazapush and it's blocked well by Van Aanholt. Great defending, great football from both sides. Two possible fouls. Ref's not giving anything. Souček now in the midfield. He's got a man open to his right if he uses him. To Mazapush. He's got Barak. Mazapush to Barak! Oh, if he missed that. That's probably the biggest opportunity of the game. How is he... And Mazapush, he does really well. Barak possibly offside. Either that was a great block or he's absolutely skied it. I think that was a really good ball by De Ligt, actually. So close there. I don't know if he can't take a touch. I think Mazapush maybe does the smart thing. Maybe Mazapush does shoot with his left. I know. Unfortunately, we'll have a corner. Because it was a really good ball by Matthijs de Ligt. Van Aanholt was down. Injured. But good opportunities for Czech Republic now. And who are definitely underdogs in this game. But I had them as the underdogs in my tournament. Barak will cross it in. It's a good ball. Souček doesn't win it. Still going across face goal. Cleared away by Wijnaldum. Soufal. Really awkward ball. And now it's a chance for Netherlands to come forward. Donyell Marlon plays it through to de Jong. De Jong lets it roll through to Depay. But Czech Republic, they've got 7 players back by the time Netherlands have at least got like 3. But it's given to Denzel Dumfries, who's got a bit of timing, and you don't want to give this man time on the ball. And it is Dumfries. It's got past one. It's got past another. Squares it across. Ball by Vashlik. CZECHS clears it partially. And then the return ball will be cleared. Now it's Tomáš Holeš. Gives the ball away, wins it back. Goes out for Netherlands round, but good opportunity. And Denzel Dumfries, what a star of this tournament he's been so far. And gets it past one, and then just keeps on going. Yes, I really thought I thought he was like, mate, you've got to get that. And you know what, if he shot and it's gone straight to Stecklenburg, I can go, should be putting it in the net. But at least he sort of forced Stecklenburg into a save. But I thought he'd properly skied it. Luckily he did. It was a really good ball because you don't know the trajectory of the ball. I don't think the ball is actually going on target, to be honest. But De Ligt, if it is, incredible block by Matthijs De Ligt, and he's had a solid game today. On both sides, pitch well, you saw it in the sort of an opening 5 minutes. A ball was whipped in by Daley Blind. De Ligt wins the header in an open. It was practically an open net. It just hits the wrong side of his head. He couldn't angle his head quick enough. But both teams very evenly matched. Really have been. I think the opening 20 minutes were all Netherlands, but as this has gone deeper on, we're obviously 5 minutes away. It is very even. Dumfries has done really well. That's going to be given as a foul. CZECHS on Wijnaldum. Doesn't think it is. Yeah, clips him. Does clutch. But we're just seeing that Dumfries, he takes it past, I think that's Sue foul. And Watchalong makes a really important block. He comes out of his net. It's a really good block with his knee, because that could go through his legs if it's any other sort of angle. But really good block, and then it's eventually cleared away back, and that was Sue foul. There's Chaluska. Well by Marlon. Does really well. Wins the throw-in for his team. Great battle. Really good tackle. And this game heated up, and it's a shame that we're going to get half-time, because both teams have really gone for it now. Which is such a shame, but we've still got 4 minutes left. Definitely enough time to get a goal. Cleared away by Chaluska. Finds Patrik Schick, who's been quite invisible this game, if we're being honest with each other. And Matthijs De Ligt has been incredible today. And the throw is took quick. Blocked by Van Aanholt to CZECHS. It takes a heavy touch. Deems there was a push into his back by De Ligt. And there was a push, but not enough to force CZECHS to go. Well, CZECHS does go down. You see, I think it was actually Frankie de Jong who makes the tackle. Who's seemingly had a war of words with his manager, Frank de Boer, there. Clearly not happy with something, he said. But they'll have the throw in here. Sufal will just throw it long. CZECHS flicks on. It's one thing they're very good at. Is what they'll do is they will throw balls or ping balls up to CZECHS' head, who will flick it on for Schick. Obviously, Schick not really involved in this game today so far. There's still enough time. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Adam Hojlek come on in the second half. Maybe 60th, 70th minute. Give the kid a chance. I know you won't. Maybe I could see maybe possibly them taking off Barak. Or and have Schick and Hojlek up front. CZECHS and Majpust on the right. And then CZECHS and Hojlek in the midfield. Just because I think two strikers up front would help them a little bit. Would help give Schick a little bit more help. Obviously, he hasn't needed it in the tournament so far, but just give him, because all he's doing now is the ball's being headed, and he's just in a solo battle with De Ligt, and De Ligt is getting the better of him. If there was someone up there with him, even a match push could push up there, give him a bit of help. But being a really good player today, Lucas Majapush. I think KL, one of Watchalong, praised him, which I'm so happy to see, but that's a really good ball. I think he was offside. And the flag is up now. Because it was a really good ball over the top. And Van Aanholt was wide open. And turns out he was offside. It was a really late flag. Way offside. Because he was wide open. If that wasn't... There was something wrong with it, but directly. And you see the Netherlands fans, some lovely... Obviously, it's one of the, I think, the most rarest shirts, if I'm right. Or one of the hardest shirts to obtain. The Netherlands, like the... I don't even know what pattern it is. It's sort of like a V pattern, but it's all the way down. You'll know what came on about. If you just say like vintage Netherlands, if you type into Google like vintage Netherlands kit, like Netherlands jersey, I'm pretty confident it would come up. Yeah, the 1968 one is the one I'm on about. I mean, the 2020 one is real nice, but 1988 as well. Holish pulls it in. CZECHS, what? And it's been given as a foul, but there's not enough. It doesn't go down. And we saw... I think yesterday I remember KL talking about how that's not a foul, ref, and there's not... I don't feel like there's enough on that. I don't think there's enough on that there, but nothing given. And with around 40 seconds left of this half, It's a good ball top by Blind. And it goes straight to the hands of Vashlik, who's having a very good tournament, the keeper, former Sevilla man. Obviously, I think he's a free agent right now, and surely a club will snap him up either as a first or even second goalkeeper. I was trying to think like Prem clubs who could bring him in, but I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. But Patrik Van Arnold will throw this throw in. It's a shame because it is 0-0, but it's been a good game. And it's with, like I said earlier, with the round of 16s, it is very teasing and testing. And so, the thing is, we're going to get 2 minutes after time. As my ass, for some reason, is properly hurting. I'm genuinely might do the watch-along stood up for like a bit. And I understand now when KL was on about doing the watch-alongs, he used to do them stood up, and I genuinely don't blame him. But this is such an angle to do at. That's going to be given as a foul. It's such a weird angle to do a watch-along, but I have to. Unless I stand a bit further back, so hold up, so it doesn't look as strange. Then when my headphones reach. See, I could just do it like this, but my tits are on show. And I can't really see the screen. I've got a cushion. You know what? I'll put the blanket on my chair. Give me a little bit of cushioning. I'll do it while I play the watch-along advert. I'll do it while I play the advert. As there is not long left in this game. Wijnaldum to Dumfries. Outside on the wing. Squares it across. There's a lot of people outside the box if they want to play it to him. Well done, Czech Republic, because they held a really good defensive line. Good ball to Depay. Plays it into the box. And it was Patrik Van Aanholt who's just put it wide. So close from the former Crystal Palace man who will be looking for a club after this tournament. And I'm sure his agent's working tirelessly to get him one. And he is offside at the end of it. The VAR would have checked it. 100%, but it was lovely by Depay. Really lovely by him. Gets in between two and chips it through. And you can see there's probably the final kick of the half. And it is 0-0 here in Budapest. Netherlands 0, Czech Republic 0. In what has been a good game. I think actually has actually been a good game. Both teams going for it. I mean, the stats probably won't say anything. Yeah, 5 shots from both teams. Netherlands, no shots on target. And Czech Republic, 1 on target. But being possession very similar. I mean, Czech Republic, you can see by the fouls, they love a good foul. But both teams are going for it. And I tell you what, I think both Czech Republic, more importantly, would be proud how they've held on resiliently after a really great attack by Netherlands. And as for Netherlands, I think they'll be sad that they haven't got anything yet in this game. Obviously, if you are new to the channel, you're probably not. Don't forget to check out everything. You're already on the YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe and notification bell. I had to think of all the YouTube stuff to say there. Twitter is at the top corner. So the top corner. That's where you can see when we're going to go live and what's coming up on the channel this week. The website, thesports-corner.com, not much on there yet, but as we probably get into the end of Euros, I think more content will go up on that. As for the Instagram, that is the _sportscorner_. I'm stuck. I'm absolutely stuck. I'm covered in wires. I'm like a robot. We should be alright there. So we would just adjust the camera. A little bit of fidgeting had to occur. We're all good. We're all good. We're going. We're chilling. As I'll sit further back. We even did the cushion without you. You definitely realised, didn't you? As Kyle's absolute hero, putting the links in there. Don't forget to follow us on all of that. That's head to head. We don't want that. Coming up this week on the channel, obviously Netherlands versus Czech Republic 0-0 as it stands right now in the half. But there's still 45 minutes and possibly even longer to go in this game. Then Belgium versus Portugal. That is on at 10-8. With Josh later on tonight. Should be a very, very good game indeed. Then Croatia versus Spain. That is with Josh at 10-5 tomorrow evening. And then the late game for that day is at 8 o'clock. And of course, it's France versus Switzerland. It's KL's dream game. In terms of it is Switzerland. Austria narrowly got knocked out. But can Switzerland give him another dub? Well, not even another dub. Give him his first dub out of his boys. Now, I said I was going to do it. And we're gonna. 2 seconds if we just load up this. I'm figuring out the Olympic team national. Because obviously that is sort of the next major tournament coming up. If we're being realistic. Men's Olympic team announcements. A men's Olympic football team announced. Here we go. That's Paris 2024. Is that the next World Cup? The next Olympics? That's Team GB keen on return of men's football team. That's really interesting. So the women's squad was announced, but men's team is not featured since they run 2012. This could be really interesting. Because I would love to see it. I remember when, in that Olympics, it was so cool. I mean, who did we have? We had Craig Bellamy. I'm just looking here. I was looking at our team, my God. There was Craig Bellamy, Stephen Colker. Is that Michael Richards? I don't know who that one is. I can't see from here. Jack Butland, Ryan Bertrand. Is that Danny Rose? Tom Cleverley? Matt Derbyshire? That's not Matt Derbyshire. Jack Hawk, probably. Ryan Giggs. Joe Allen was in there as well. I think Aaron Ramsey was in. I'm going to actually have a look at the GB men's football team. Here we go. Great Britain Olympic team. So this was our London 2012 squad. So these were the ages of the players as well. So we had Jack Butland and Jason Steele. Butland was 19, Jason Steele was 21. Then we had, oh my God, then Jack Butland's still only 27 in it. 28, jeez. Our defenders were Neil Taylor, Ryan Bertrand, Stephen Colker, Craig Dawson, who was 22, James Tompkins, then Micah Richards. So Micah Richards was one of our older players. He was 24. Then it was Danny Rose, Tom Cleverley, Joe Allen, Ryan Giggs was our captain at 38. Jack Hawk, Aaron Ramsey, and then Scott Sinclair. And then our front three, my God, what front three? Daniel Sturridge, Craig Bellamy, and Marvin Sordell. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Undisputed piece. We got to the quarterfinals. I am now looking, that's 1908, another 2012. So we drew 1-1 with Senegal in the first game. Moussa Kanate scored the Dijon man. Who scored for us? Craig Bellamy. Then we beat the UAE, United Arab Emirates 3-1. Giggs, Sinclair, Sturridge and Asa scored for them. Then we beat Uruguay 1-0. And then we lost on penalties to South Korea. Is that Jidong? Is that the Jidong Wong? It is! It's the Jidong Wong that plays for Augsburg. Currently Mainz on loan, if I'm right. He's out on loan from Mainz. I'll go Jidong Wong. I want to know, what was the team there report? What was the South Korean team? I'm just trying to think how old Heung-min Song would have been. Hwang. Is that Hwang Hee-chan? That can't be Hwang Hee-chan. He would have been really, really young there. That's Siko Hwang. So, J Park, now please tell me that's Ji-sung Park. Hold up. It's Ju-won Park. JQ is the captain, Kim Si. Okay, there's no Son, unfortunately. So I don't think Heung-min Son was there. That's interesting. I think I'd love to see our team in the Olympics again. Because it's nice to see, because like, if you think about it, 2024 it would have to be. So obviously we won't know many. It's ages under 20. It's the under 23s, and there will be like certain rules, I presume. Here we go. So the Japan men's team football squad have been announced. So have they included anyone? So Osaka, I'm trying to see from the Maya Yoshida has been chosen. Tomiyasu from Bologna has been called. Itakuda from Groningen as well. Midfielders. Endo's going, retiring for Stuttgart. Ritsu Duan and Takafasa Kubo. They've got a decent team. I can't believe Maya Yoshida's going to the Olympics. That is going to be great. Men's team squad. Okay. Is this year's? Please tell me this is his. Oh, it is this year's. So he's got all the teams that have been announced, basically. So France's team are Paul Bernardoni and Larson here. So he's 24 and under, I think. Or he's 24 or under. Unless they were 20. Yeah, see if they were 23 when the tournament started. Because obviously I think that's the same with a lot of stuff. Then Benoit Badiashile, Katche, Kalulu, Michelin, Will Saliba, Malang Sarr. You've got Camavinga, Maxime Casaret, Jonathan Akone. Then your two older players are Savinier and Talvan. Lucas Toussaint's in there because he would have been 23 when the thing. Then you got Amin Gouret, Muane and Nordin. And more importantly, Gignac has been called up. I'm pretty confident I did see Josh put that in the chat because of Gignac. I'm just looking to see. Okay, the Mexico side, is that the Ochoa? Ochoa's been called up. I'm just going to look at players I actually know. Diego Lainez from Real Betis. They basically just called up the Mexican thing. South Africa have not announced their team. New Zealand, anyone big? Chris Wood, obviously he's gone. Ben Wayne got called up from Wellington Phoenix. That's a really cool call up. Joey Champions has got called up. Stentus has got called up from Mariners. Winston Reid is one of the old players. Denningham as well. Oh, liking him. Oh, Winnie Reid is one of the older players. That's even better. Oh, the thing is, love to see fucking Chris Wood get called up. Really do. Obviously, I forgot that, because obviously Wellington Phoenix is in the A-League, but they are old. Romania, South Korea, final squad being announced on 30th of June. Argentina, 17th June. That was the preliminary squad, but it's not the real one. Australia not announced yet, Egypt yet. Spain, preliminary squad. The final squad will be announced on the 29th, so in 2 days. Brazil have obviously announced theirs. We also went through that. Saudi Arabia have announced theirs. It's just a lot of Al Ahly players. 29th of June, Germany announced them. Oh, Stefan Kuntz is the coach. Why do I recognise him? Germany under-21's manager. Did he manage him in the Euros this year? I'm just looking. Yeah, in 2021, yeah. Thought he did. Go on, Stefan Kuntz. He won German Footballer of the Year in 1981. Who did he play for then? Bochum as well. Go on. We love Bochum. We stand Bochum in this chat. Is this game not even underway yet? I'm just looking at the Olympic teams. So we'll do actually some proper things and look at the lineups of both sides, just see what changes can be made. We'll start with the home side. And for me, not many changes need to be made. I think we might see Wijndal come on for Patrick Van Aanholt. Van Aanholt, he's created some stuff, but definitely not the most testing of all players. Again, Vu Vegas, I think we'll see come on for Marlon or Depay. More likely Marlon. Cody Gakpo, Gravenberch as well. Maybe Prom as well. Maybe get switched time and they want a good penalty taker or experienced head. David Klaassen could be one. For Czech Republic, which are here. Again, it says Schmeichel, isn't it? Obviously, it's not. It's Thomas Vashlik. And I think we will see Kralon for Thomas Hollesch, who's playing where CZECHS is and Barrack's playing at left mid. I think Král will come on. I wouldn't assume we see Adam Holek and also Matej Vidra come on. Petkat as well. Kremenic as well. They've actually got an okay bench. Not like the most standout players, but definitely still some good players who fit into the side with no major differences. So this is where I just want to find out the Australian side. Australia. That's the under-23 squad. They're playing, that's 18th of May. Socceroos, Oliroos. I know they got some really good warm-ups, if I was right. Oh, so this was the under-23 side that I know got called up. But like, you got Daniel Arzane, Francois, Jacob Italiano from Gladbach, Denny Urich, Rami Nazarin, Conor O'Toole, I know Popovic, Luca Priso, Dylan Ryan, a good centre-half. They've got an okay side, so they played Republic of Ireland. That was... When's this? These are definitely all too late here. Tyrese Francois is that Fulham kid, actually. 12th of June, so they've already played these games. I wonder did Sam Kerr get called up? This is just a Rowan personal thing now. I was just looking at all the teams and who got called up. If we just look at the women's side, who did we call up? Because Women's Olympic football. So obviously I know that America called up like all their big players. I would class that as cheating. Because I know they called up like Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, Rose Lavelle as well. Here we go. Women's teams. Hold up. We'll be able to find this before the game starts, hopefully. Teams, not England. Come on, we're a united front. What's the FIFA announced it? The page can't be found either. FIFA don't care. Football, here we go. So these are the matches that are already been announced to be played. We want the teams. Surely it should just be on the same thing as the Wikipedia one, was that? Maybe not. Maybe not. That's women's qualification. We know about quali. Maybe we just abandon all hope. We abandon them. Unless I can find them. Squads, here we go. Fucking Rowan, you're smart. So who's this? Oh, this is Canada. They've got that's cheating. They've got an English coach. Oh, Great Britain, here we go. So we've got Steph Houghton, I know, Millie Bright, Lucy Bronze, Rachel Daly I've heard of. I don't know many, I'll be honest. Don't know. Frank Kirby, and Nikita Paris and Georgia Stanway. Japan, I don't know any Japanese players. Brazil, Netherlands, have they got Van den Donk? I know she's very good. My knowledge is limited, but I know a couple. New Zealand, they've got an English coach as well, cheating. United States is just unfair. Like, look at their front five. Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Tobin Heath, and Kristen Press. Like, you saw the Mewis sisters, Rose Lavelle, Lizzie Horn, Julie Ertz, obviously a wife of Zach Ertz, the tight end. Sometimes even more famous. Kelly O'Hara as well, Becky Sauerbrunn. They've got a good side, do they? I feel like it's cheating. Where's ours? And that's we already talked through ours. Hopefully I've waffled enough about the women's Olympics team. Just on the Olympics, Egypt want Liverpool to release Salah, and he wants to go, but Liverpool are holding firm and will not release so close. That's the problem, because if I'm right, it ends literally. It ends on the 8th of August. Salah would have a week to return, so it's bad. But then I do think that would be his pre-season. See, Kyle, we can get some good chat about the Olympics. You've come in with your good knowledge. That's actually I do feel sorry for players, because there were players like Salah who obviously they've got the AFCON, but that's in February, innit? They've got, and that wasn't even this year, but they've got their own tournaments. But during the summer there is the Euros, and so teams will already know, right, okay, we've got the Euros coming, and then teams come back for pre-season. But when it's Olympics, some players are like, I want to represent my nation. If I was a player and I had the opportunity, and they said, oh, you can, I'd want to represent my nation at everything, even if the Olympics is one of the coolest events probably to be part of, and not many people can say, oh yeah, I've competed in the Olympics as a footballer. But it's going to be true. As there have been no changes in this, as the players have come out the second half. I'll just get a drink. But I'd like to represent my nation. Obviously, we didn't qualify. I mean, England didn't even do well in the Euros. So I think if you do well in the Under-21 Euros, you get qualification to the Olympics if it's the year before tournament. But I'm pretty good because we're like... Do you know how... This sounds so weird. Like the Eurovision, only five countries who do the most money, they get automatic qualification in. I think, are we the same in terms of like... Or if we're hosting, maybe we get a team in, but... I don't know how they do the qualifying because we're not England or thinking with Great Britain. It's very interesting. I know that Ireland, I haven't got a football team, but I know they've got a rugby sevens team. Would you put country before? Whoa, it's a good question. I don't know, because your club pays your wages. As Denzel Dumfries, he's going to get yellow carded. As he is going to get a yellow card. And I didn't even see the foul to the positive thing. Because like your club plays your thing, and the better club success you have is probably better for your career. As it was on Cadbury, elbow to the side of the head. We saw it yesterday get given as well, so I understand. With Kiefer Moore. If I would go country for me. He is hurt, Cadbury. Coming for Jan Borrow, but I would go country. I would beg my club. I wouldn't like instantly, but if, let's say, Salah situation, let's say England come to me and said, "Oh, I want you to represent Great Britain in the Olympics," and then I'd go to my club. I would ask the club, "Please, can you let me go play? This will be part of my pre-season." I would still be able to play. I heard that teams don't have to release players for the Olympics. They should, so they can represent their country in a different competition and have a new experience. I think maybe, you know what, maybe let's say the players, I suppose it depends on the players, because Salah is a starter, and surely Klopp will probably, and the club will want Salah to be in them pre-seasons, because they want to get a really fully look at the full side. So maybe if you like a James Milner, or, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a player who is a key player at the club, but doesn't start every game. Like an Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think could be a perfect one in terms of just Liverpool's on my head. My camera is doing that same thing again, so I'm just going to deactivate it and reactivate it, see if that sorts anything. But yeah, I think like maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain is possibly like one that you could go, okay, I understand, but Salah is a starter at the end of the day. So, because they have to release him for the Euros, if I'm right, aren't I? It's my camera, it always does this. That's what I'll do is I'll just unplug it. You should still be able to hear me. Did you get frozen, Rowan, there? I'll get rid of it for a sec. You can still hear my voice, don't you worry. As I'm just having camera issues. That's my mic. 2 seconds. It does this all the time and I don't understand why. Then I don't know if the camera's got like a focus thing on it. But I doubt it does, because it's not that good of a camera. It's not a shit one, don't get me wrong, but it's not like an amazing one. It was good for the job that I needed it for. Plug it back in and hopefully we can get it back working. There we go. We turn it back on. Oh, is it zoom? It's focus. The problem is I have to go right to the camera to focus it, which is the worst thing. It should just sort itself out. That seems weird. That better? We'll get there. That's even worse. The problem is it's because the camera is also there. But it's a good ball over the top. Dumfries, he tries to play through to Marlon and it doesn't work. That should be fine. Should be fine. We're going to roll with it regardless. Fuck it. Because, I mean, yeah, they have to release them for the Euros. So. But Olympics for every 4 years. It's one of the things that... It's a cool thing to have on your resume. Especially if you win. Or if you get third. Because that is a completely different kind of medal that you're going to ever get. Like, you've got a chance... Probably you've only got one chance of competing for your Olympic team. Because it's obviously only under 23s. Unless you represent them at 17 years old. And then also... So the minimum... You could represent them at 18 and 22. But I presume that you're not allowed to do 2 call-ups at once. You're not allowed to be called up twice. But it's an opportunity now. It's so foul. There's not many people in the box. It's squared across to outside the box. And there was just nobody there. As Dumfries is just bodied. I think that's Thomas Hollesch. And it's Denzel Dumfries. But Depay loses the ball. Souček wins it off Memphis Depay. Really good defending there. From Souček. Taking the ball away from Depay. And the thing is, an attack that looks so dangerous for Czech Republic and nearly came and bit them on the ass. It is Hollesch. Maja pushed to CZECHS. Can't find Maja pushed again. Wijnaldum goes down. Maybe an injury, maybe a slip. Oh, is it bright? No, it can't be brightness. Oh, that's proper out of focus. I do apologise. Of course, it'd be right now that we have camera issues. Or is it a zoom? Am I closer there? I don't know. It's a good ball. Marlon is bodied one. It's Daniel Marlon. Great save, Vashlik. Brave goalkeeper from Vashlik, because I'm still out of focus. I don't have a clue what's going on with my camera right now. But Daniel Malin got through and he was onside. And he just couldn't take it past Thomas Vashlik. That's so poor. It's not even poor, it's just good goalkeeping from Vashlik. Oh, and De Ligt has got a yellow card here. Now, Schick saying it's through on goal. I will sort the camera out. But I know my camera doesn't have like an automatic focus. I think I have to focus it myself. Oh! De Ligt slips. He stops it with his hand. Patrik Schick was in there, and De Ligt has stopped it with his hand. I've completely messed up the focus here on the camera. The camera has properly gone out of focus. And that is awful. Look at that. Right, hold up. They are checking VAR as my camera decides it's going to fuck up right now. Which is not what you want to see. So they are checking. VAR is checking it. As what is going on? Configure the video. I think that's a red card. It's Schick is in behind. Schick is in behind, and De Ligt stopped it with his hands. This could be a red card as my camera is really deciding it doesn't want to work today. Oh, we're getting focus back. We might be getting focus back. As this is going to be checked. And he's going to go to the monitor. He will go to the monitor now. And obviously, they are going to go to Peter Walton in our studios. As I really do apologise. I don't know what's going on with the camera. But yeah, I'm going to read your comments. De Ligt should be in trouble. If those Premiership teams join the ECL, those players could not play for their countries. If the ECL had taken off, it would have been interesting. Exactly. But Schick is in behind. Schick is through on goal. And De Ligt stopped it with his hand as my camera. I think that's a red card. Oh my God. It's got even worse. It's like an episode of Black Mirror. I think this could be a red card. And it could be disaster for Netherlands and Matthijs de Ligt. As my camera just won't come back out focus. So crap. And you will hear me. And he's going to his pocket. And it's going to be a red card for Matthijs de Ligt. And it's been so good for him in the past days. And it's all come back to bite him in the arse. He loses his footing, but then he stops it with his hand. Schick is through on goal as well. And it's a red card for Matthijs de Ligt and a red card for Netherlands. As I'm going to turn the camera back on and hope. But they are down to 10 men. Now, we are still out of focus. And I'm going to fix it while this game's going on because I don't know what's going on. But the Schick and Soufal standing over it. You're going to see my reaction. It's going to be Blade. Schick leaves it. Soufal hits it straight to the wall. And it's a poor first touch. And now Netherlands have got a chance to counter-attack. And now Soufal's going to get a yellow card here. As I've completely just lost focus unless I can. Yes, I don't know what I'm turning here, but I feel like it's for the focus. Oh, look at that. And here, Netherlands are going to have to... He's talking to VAR here. And he's going to make a decision here, and there is going to be something. It's going to be Quincy Promes who will come on. And who is going to be taken off him? Because Promes is a winger. And it's going to be Daniel Marlin who's going to come on. So, they're going to a back four, it looks like. Netherlands, as this got even worse. And I do apologise for this. Because my camera has just decided to fail me. But I need to leave the screen on so I can see if I get back in focus, as Frank de Jong has been fouled by Skelutzer now. Is that even better or is that worse? Is that worse? It might be worse. I do apologise to everyone who's on this channel. My camera has decided to fail me. Frank de Jong takes it past one. Cleared away by CZECHS. Patrick Van Aanholt. Fucking hell, man. This camera's shit. In fairness, it's not. It has served me for a good while. Since the start, I might just have to buy a new one. If I've still got Prime, I'll order one after this watch-along. As I've just messed up with the focus, I really have, and I don't know what's gone on. But I can't get it to refocus. And the worst thing is I want to carry on with this watch-along, but I can't do it like that, because I look like I'm thingy. How is everyone today? I'm just helping me out. That's fine, mate. I'm doing okay. As you can see from the camera's not doing okay, but the game's been good. We've got a red card. I'm just going to try to fix this camera. And I understand if people don't stay. I really do. Oh, God. Thing is, I know I've got a different camera to Josh. So that's my problem. I could ask Josh, who's the only other person who's got a camera, like what he does to fix it. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hopefully I don't miss a goal. We're back, and there hasn't been a goal. We're okay. Oh, God. It's an absolute shambolic of a watch-along. I don't know what's gone wrong. Everything's gone wrong. But you know what? Before, we probably would have just cancelled the stream. Not today. It's the Euros. We're carrying on. Right, this camera. F off. You fucked it. I'll try fix it later on. I just have to make sure I can fit this camera on the back of my monitor. Okay. Oh, crappy now. Corner comes in. Headed. Schick just can't do anything with it. And he's won another corner. He hasn't. It's going to be a goal kick. But a couple more chances for Czech Republic. And with Netherlands being a man down, this job is going to get a lot harder. As we have plugged the camera in. And I just wonder if this camera will be it. I may have to create a new one. Okay. We will kit 2 seconds, guys. Just having a little bit of issues, and we should be okay. Video capture. Add source. Add a new source. Camera. I spelled camera wrong, but I don't care. Hello. They're checking something. It is a penalty they are checking. A possible handball from Denzel Dumfries. Check is over. Nothing's given. And we have got a camera. And, okay, there should be no audios from the camera. We'll mute that. Audio, we've got mic audio's there. We should be alright. We should be okay. I think what I will do is I'll just close that down a bit. What's that? 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. We will be back, don't worry. Video capture device. I'm just going to scream camera. There we go. We're going to mute it so there's no audio coming through that. You've only got the audio from the mic. Van Aanholt plays it in. As you can see, the camera is there. Now, it's not a better quality, but more importantly, just close this down. As we'll put this there, you don't see this often of an actual camera change. You see F1, you see pit stops. You don't see a camera change. Just sort this here. It's a little bit more like out of sync. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. And breathe. We're okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi, Tubbs, mate. Hi, everyone. Right, we're fixed, I think. Are we done? You can see more of me now. You can see more of my massive, massive frame. It's more stretched out. The camera's £200, can I say? But fucking I look huge. I mean, I know I am. Look, you can see my tits, but like, I look wedge. Like, I look wide. But Seluska. It's not even Seluska. Now it's Seluska. Get your head in check, Rowan. Here we go. Read some of the comments. Delict could have been Delict's stupid mistake. Yeah. Thing is, he's gone down, and you've seen players go down under a foul and grab the ball. But it's not a foul. He's just lost his footing, and I don't know whether Delict's presumed he's being fouled. Is my only thinking. That is my only thinking, that Delict has presumed he's being fouled, gone down to grab the ball. We need support because Rowan and out of focus. Mate, it's been shoddy. Thing is, I can't use this one because it's such an it's not as large. It's a lot. This is used for like teaching or something. Czech Republic get a throw in here. It was Thomas Hollesch. And it's a really good decision actually, because Hollesch makes the tackle, and he doesn't actually make it. It comes off Frankie de Jong. As I can see, that camera it's not out of focus, it's blurry, and I refuse to try focus it. I really do. I'm just leaving it. And I'm going to sort this camera out that I've got here. If not, I'll buy a new one. It's only 20 quid on Amazon. Good ball in! Cadbury! It's a great block! And it's Denzel Dumfries. Oh, it's a really good block as well. And maybe Cadbury should have possibly scored, put that away. So close here. So close for Cadbury and Czech Republic. It was flicked on and Cadbury found himself open. Obviously, Netherlands are down to 10 men, and I can change that on the scoreboard, actually. I've got... there you go. I realised I did have a red card thing for one of the previous games. CZECHS, because I had it for when I did one of the A-Leagues, and I was like, oh, that actually looks quite cool, because now you know there's been a red card for Netherlands. Barak to CZECHS, back to Barak to Schick. Bullied by De Vrij to Soufal. He's got nowhere to go. And it was Quincy Promes, I think, who makes the tackle, but Netherlands are holding on. It was a missed header by Schick. It was actually a missed header by Majapusht that goes all the way through. Cadbury takes a touch. It's not really the best of shot. But Dumfries opens up his body and makes a good important block. Maybe Cadbury should be doing a lot better. But 25 minutes left. But my underdogs, they're still holding on. And we went to extra time. Imagine if I hadn't been able to have a spare camera and we went to extra time with that unfocused camera. I don't think I would have been able to do it. Something's happened with the ITV scoreboard. But it's passed off. CZECHS. Just being bodied to the floor by Daley Blind. Barak wins it back. Gets past one. Plays it through to CZECHS on this right hand side. Still Thomas CZECHS. Soufal. Promes does really well, but it's fans Barak again. Czech Republic are knocking. This 10 men. Dutch side are holding on. There's been a foul. Oh, it's the cross comes in. And Stecklenburg drops it and goes out for a corner. But well done to Barak. And that's nothing. And Stecklenburg, he spills the ball. And he spills it out of play for a corner. And if this corner goes in, Stecklenburg could have so many. Blind wasn't happy with the possible foul, but I say Daley Blind did just run into him. But the corner will come in. Especially when you've got laid off Sufal with a horrible first touch. His first touch has not been good today. Barak wins it back though to Sufal. Lays off to CZECHS. And Van Arnholt has kept it in. CZECHS has won it back there. Chance shirt, pulling of the shirt. And it's going to be a free kick. And Czech Republic, all the momentum is with the Czechs. And yeah, Van Arnholt, he loses the ball and just holds on to CZECHS. And you see Czech Republic not making any changes. I think the manager is so happy with how the game's going. No point making any changes yet. Another corner. It's a free kick though. Free kick's crossed in. It's a high one to the back post. It's headed across. Free header. And it's in. And it's the Slavia Prague man. Tomáš Holeš. And they've done it. The underdogs going into this game. Everyone believed. And then a Matthijs de Ligt red card has put swung all the favour into the Czech side. And Tomáš Holeš has put it in the back of the net. And it is 1-0 Czech Republic. It is a really simple goal. Do you think goalkeepers are protected? I think definitely there are fouls that if it was defender on defender not given, where if it's his defender or a player on a goalkeeper. But it's a good header across the box by Kalash. And then, great header. Tomáš Holeš is wide open. Denzel Dumfries is not, well, there's so many players. Holeš is wide open. There's a man on the line, which I think is Patrik Van Arnholt. The man who gave away the free kick, couldn't stop it. Header past him. You saw the manager do it along. You see them celebrating. Look what it means to this. And my God, have we got a second semi-final, a second quarter-final on our hand. Denmark versus Czech Republic. As it stands. Good goal, change your mind. Want Czech Republic to win. You've changed your mind correctly. 20 minutes left in Czech Republic are 1-0 up right now. And that 10 men just really sort of slowed him down. And we saw how effective Matthijs de Ligt was on the pitch. And we just saw how effective he was not being there. And Netherlands could be going out. And you see that whole red wall bouncing. It's red v orange. And right now red is prevailing. Or white. But it's a good header in behind. Wijnaldum gets in behind. And Shaluska defends. But Netherlands, they're not out yet. They're really not out yet. This game is still open. Blind wins initial header. The initial header. Passes it to PVA. Who's not had the best game. Gave away that free kick which led to the goal. As there is actually no time on the ITV scoreboard. So I'm really bothered, man. The white for the Czech Republic kit is way above the Netherlands orange. If you are watching the game, is it me? Maybe because I'm so close. I feel like the white bit of that just signifies what kit the Czech Republic team are playing in. That's way higher. So we are in the 71st, the commentator has just said. But then we'll have a free kick, Netherlands. Memphis Depay is standing over it. You're right, Carlo. It was a good goal. Headed in by Callas. And there's too many men. That one-man advantage really helped because it allowed Holeš to be open. There's going to be a free kick for Netherlands and the game's not over yet. Depay crossing in. It's a good ball. Schick will head it away. The striker doing his defensive work. De Roon now will cross it in. And they said there's a man who went down in the box, not enough on it. As we will have a water break. As we're just going to look at this. It was a good cross in. Dumfries was at the back post. Schick defends with it well. CZECHS goes to cover De Jong. De Roon's got a lot of open space. Yeah, I think if Czech Republic definitely get one, I think that should be game over. I mean, you know what? Major push is all over Quincy Promes, but nothing in it enough to go down. As Netherlands has lost some power, Red. And it's all about Frank de Boer now. Can Frank de Boer calm his team? And get his team. And we're just seeing the goal. It was a really good cross by Barak. Stecklenburg comes out of his net. For me, Stecklenburg caught in no man's land, really. Really. Really good. And it's such a simple goal. It's cross, head in. Very simple, but effective. See, I've got that timer back up. It was, by the way, looking back at that goal, Thomas Callas does so well to win that header. He's falling over. Stecklenburg gets baited in, and that is one of the issues that I feel like they do have. And here we go. We are going to see a sub. And Wout Weghorst is going to come on the pitch for I think, who is that? That's for Martin de Roon. So what a midfielder for a striker. Wout Weghorst will be looked. So obviously Netherlands looking to play that ball into the box a lot more. That's what Weghorst brings. We know he can score goals. Scored so many this season for Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. As tomorrow, don't forget, later on tonight, this is only the first game. We've got Belgium, Portugal, which probably is the better of the games that we're talking about. But this game could have a grandstand finish. It's not over yet, only 1-0. So the player has gone down with a head injury, so the ball should be kicked out of play. Oh, that's not a nice landing. The ref probably should blow the whistle as there's 2 players down. Because Callas is down after a really awkward landing. And CZECHS, I think, is down after a head injury. See, first one. Yep, CZECHS goes down. De Vrij heads him. And then Callas heads the ball. But Wout Weghorst sort of does a Harry Kane where he just don't move out of the way, but he bends over, like, low down. So I see that Callas is back. Well, he's kneeling at least. As we will be seeing another sub, a new sub for Czech Republic. It's going to be Jankto who's going to come on. And I would presume for CZECHS, Jakub Janko, the Sampdoria player. Now, I was surprised that CZECHS was starting, to be honest. You would presume Janko would naturally play there. But I suppose on the wing, as that Netherlands fan, bless him, as Callas is going to limp off the pitch. And I don't know if he could carry on. As Souček is just complaining to the referee. And he's telling... So CZECHS might actually come off here. CZECHS is back up walking. As Czech Republic will get the ball. And he's going to play one ball over the top. Doesn't find Patrik Schick. Souček wins the initial header. And it's actually given us... And there's going to be a foul here. In the middle of the pitch. Don't know what for. But this game is still open. Only 1-0. 15 minutes left of the normal time. We will have added time due to that water break. At least minimum 2 minutes. Come on, Thomas Hollish. Getting on the score sheet. And Kalash is back on the pitch here. He was limping a bit heavy, but he seems to be moving fine. And good pressure here. That's Frankie de Jong. And that Czech Republic sub over Janko didn't come in. Depay just a bit of a poor touch. And Souček will just get it cleared for a throw-in. And you can see the Netherlands fans absolutely cheering on their side. They do not want to be exiting the tournament at this stage. With 14 minutes left on the clock, is it enough? Is it enough? Dumfries whips it in. And Vashlik, I think he gets something on it and parries away, and Mazurpush will just kick it long. Goes back to a Netherlands player. And Netherlands obviously now they're operating with obviously one less midfielder, one less centre back. They're playing a 4-2-3. But there's an opportunity, and it's another poor ball by CZECHS to find Schick. Schick will get it, but Schick just couldn't get the ball. Schick just gives it away. Well won by Holesh in the midfield. Headed back to him. Souček. He's got a man on the left he wants to use. Instead, Souček's going to line up one. And he loves this shot. He really does. And he was angling for the bottom left. Stecklenburg makes a save. Wasn't the most convincing from Stecklenburg. We saw it earlier when he gave away the corner. It wasn't the best catch. He fumbled it out for the corner, and then that corner literally led to the Van Aanholt foul. Holesh to Barak. Still Barak on this left-hand side. Lays it off to Kadabarek, to CZECHS. Back to Barak. This cross will come in. Lays it off. Mazurpush has a shot and it's collected by Stecklenburg. Probably not enough power on that from Mazurpush. I know most Dutch fans don't like De Boer, but he cannot be blamed if they go out. These players, especially De Ligt. Yeah, I think, but I agree with you to an extent, for sure. I think De Ligt, unfortunately, he's still so young, and I don't know if that's an experience. I feel like just because with refereeing, it's not overall, it's a counter-attack opportunity, way too much on it, and Soufal will beat Promise to the ball, and he has fouled him pushing the back. I think the thing is, we've seen it so many times, we've seen it in all the leagues, where a player will get pushed in the back or feel a touch at the back, and they'll go down and grab the ball, and that normally makes the referee give a foul. I think one problem De Ligt does there is, he doesn't catch the ball, he parries it away, as is to stop it, and the rest probably gone, well, you know, if you've fallen down onto the ball, Jakub Jankto will come on the pitch for Lukas Mazurpush. So, no actual out-and-out wide midfielders, obviously. Mazurpush is that as a natural right mid or right back. CZECHS is a natural midfielder. Barak is. Probably playing with attacking midfielders and midfielders. And that's Berghuis, who is on the bench, coming on. And there was one more, and I don't know who it was. Oh, this is great! Can he square it across? He does! Schick! And this is fourth. And it's the second. And is that the end? And that was incredible work there from... Hold up, let me just check the scoreline, because it's 2-0 right now. And the substitutes were about to come on for Netherlands. They really were. Lovely finish from Patrik Schick. But that is all about, if I'm right... Where is he? I think that was the substitute. That was the substitute, Jakub Jankto. And it was a poor, if I'm right, it was a poor clearance by Stecklenburg. It was a long ball off the top by Vashlik. And the sprint speed there to take it past two Dutch players. And then squares it across to Schick, and it's a lovely finish by Patrik Schick, don't get me wrong. Is that Thomas Holesh? It was Thomas Holesh. Incredible. Headed by it was a header that was not cleared by Netherlands, and De Vrij just Thomas Holesh just shows a burst of speed, taps it past two Dutch players, takes it to sort of the left hand side inside the box, squares it across. He could have put more power, and there was a man open on the back post. Instead, he goes short. Patrik Schick puts it away. 2-0. Game over. That's a Thomas Holesh goal and assist. That's a Patrik Schick goal. That puts him, I think, if I'm right, that puts him fourth. As it's Jurien Timber and Steven Berghuis, who've both come on for Van Aanholt and Daley Blind, respectively. So really, he's properly going for, obviously, probably Timber for Blind and Berghuis for Van Aanholt. So really going to a back three, if we're being honest. Oh, but God, Patrik Schick, I think that makes him maybe second top goal scorer on 4. Ronaldo's obviously on 5. Depay puts a good cross in, headed away, then cleared away by CZECHS. This is lovely from Czech Republic, a really clinical performance. If I just look at the stats, goals, Schick was on 3 when it started. He is now on 4, 1 behind Ronaldo. In the assist ranking, I think Tomáš Holeš might go into second. Put him on 2 assists. I think he's already had 1 this tournament, maybe. I could be completely wrong. I'm very wrong. Maybe he don't. In fact, no, probably don't, because in fairness, that first goal for Tomáš Kalaš is on one of Soufal's the other one. Because obviously that Schick's first goal was not there. But Tomáš Holeš does go there. He does go, at least gets 1 assist for the tournament. And 1 goal. Even if De Ligt grabbed the ball, he'd be called for a foul or a red. So many times it seems similar, which I don't think is foul. Player grabs the ball, but yeah, exactly. So I like, and the thing is, if he grabs the ball, I think it really would be a different situation, which is mental. 7.5 minutes left for Netherlands. If they could get 1 back, the hope will be there. Barak to Souček. Netherlands have been robbed. I'm guessing you're Dutch, mate, with your name. You know what? The red card, I think, is a red. He stopped Schick through on goal. He really has. And I do feel sorry for Netherlands because they have played good football and it's been an actually entertaining game, but you have shut off at the big moment. Yeah. Yeah, first giant killing, I think. I know a lot of people in the sports corner will be happy because I think, was it KL or KD? Someone had Netherlands as the surprise of the tournament to sort of be knocked out. And as it stands right now, they are that. As we do see 2 subs warming up for thing, and it will be Alex Kral will come on. He's definitely one of them. But yeah, I had Czech Republic as my underdogs. And this does secure our first quarter-final. It would, as it stands right now, it would be Denmark, Czech Republic. But there's enough time left. For sure. And thank God I got a camera by the time the 2 goals went in. If he grabbed the ball, exactly. Oh. And Vashlik has come out and collected. Kyle, as De Jong is just going to be yellow carded. And I think that's for back chat. I do think it's for back chat. Unfortunately, I don't know what it's a good ball in by Dumfries. Vegos then flicks it on. And tell you what, they're calling for a foul. Holeš a little push on Dumfries, I can see it. Vashlik does collect it and goes into his own man. If we grab the ball, that's the problem is, if you're De Ligt then, and I think Depay's going to get yellow carded here, maybe. If you're De Ligt, you're doing the honourable thing of sort of not catching the ball, because if you catch the ball, it's a foul. But the subs will come in, and it's the man who started the game, and Adam Hodlik will come on for Peter Ševčík, and Kral will come on for the goal scorer, Tomáš Holeš. We are in Budapest, and right now, it is a Czech Republic party. But well done to Ševčík, well done to Tomáš Holeš especially. A goal and assist for the Slavia man. But the Dutch attack is dog, they never finish. I think, yeah. The thing is, in that first half, Marlon and Depay were doing everything right. They were literally doing everything they had to. But they just couldn't put it in the back of the net. The shots weren't on target. Stecklenberg is just going to kick. Like, you were getting the shots there, but not on target, and then it just led to as a lot of miscommunication, confusion there from players. Shit could have easily won that. And it's such a shame, because this game would have been really close. Let's say this game, I think this game could be 2-2. Really could. And it could still be. Don't get me wrong, you've got the talent. Vegost heads it on. Doesn't go to anyone. Schick will control. Poor by Patrik Schick. Well won back. And a chance. Berghuis. He's got a little bit of pace about him. Oh, and he plays a poor pass to De Vrij. And just Schick hounding him down. 4 minutes left in this game. Well intercepted by Barak, who's done really well coming into the side today. Now it's Jakub Jankto. Czech Republic are not good. They want more. Souček. To Soufal. To Kral. Passing around nicely, Czech Republic. Netherlands got to win the ball off them, though. Soufal. To Jankto. Up against Timber. And I presume Timber's gone in at left back, actually. But Blink came off, so don't know. It's PVA's off Bergreis. I don't know who would be playing at left back. Well, in fact, I think he's playing a back three, actually. That's complete lies. Timber. No, Timber, De Vrij, and I don't know who you're right. Dumfries. Throwing comes in. And Netherlands and the Dutch defence don't cover any players. I think you've been unlucky in terms of, like, with the corner, with the first goal. See, Soufal jeering on the Czech fans, but you see with the first goal, I think that was genuinely just due to De Ligt not being on the pitch. It leaves one extra man open, which had ended up being Thomas Hollish. It was gonna be. And then the second goal was just really miscommunication. Yeah. Dumfries there. But, and then just think pure miscommunication. Not even miscommunication, just they shut off. I don't think they expected Thomas Hollis to first of all win that ball and then to still keep on going. And it was a lovely finish by Schick. Nothing that the defenders could do about the finish. Now, I'm just seeing yellow cards for... Soufal has got a yellow card, but I don't think he's got any in this tournament. So he would play the next game. I'm just trying to think who would miss. This next game, if Czech Republic go through. If Netherlands go through, they've got a couple of yellow cards. De Jong, Dumfries, obviously De Ligt would be missed out. And I've got De Ligt in fantasy, I've just realised, so I've been shafted there. It's only just clicked. And it's a really good ball. And now it's Adam Hojlek. Plays the ball in. Oh, Barak. He's not a natural striker. The flag was down. And he just couldn't get the ball under his feet. But I'm just looking, quarterfinals. Obviously, we've got two teams confirmed with Italy and Denmark. Obviously, the other quarterfinal and the other group will be confirmed tonight with Josh. He'll be live at 10 to 8. So don't forget to join him. But 3 players won't... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Probably it was Holesh. Souček is a man you can't leave unmarked in the... Souček was a little bit marked, yeah. And I can't remember the other one, but yeah, you're too right. So blocked well, though. Bergreis. Or Bergreis, I don't know how you pronounce. Back to him. Cross it in, blocked by Jakub Jankto. Bidley was pushed over. There was... but then the problem is, when do you decide that it's a bit of a 50-50? And the red card definitely changed. There's Kral. He's bursting away here. And it's got 2 men with him, Barak and Jankto. He plays it through to Barak. And Barak is just going to try something. He'll probably just go to the corner. He will. And he wins the corner. And look at him cheering. But the thing is, I think, Lucien, we've always going to have bad decisions in games, unfortunately, which is such a shame. Like, VAR checked it as well. I think the one issue... that could have been handball. His hands were in natural position. Shut up. Kadabarek, he puts his arms in. That's the... Oh, he doesn't even touch it, but he brings his arms in. Yeah. 6 minutes at a time. Adam Hojlek. Or Hojlek. Keeps it in the corner. De Jong does really well. And now it's Depay. He's just going to ping a long ball over the top. And Shaluska does get it. And will play it back to his keeper, Vashlik. Who's got time. I think the problem is, if that first half, if you finished, like, you had a good, 3 chances where you could have easily gone 3-0 up. If you finished them, this could be a completely different game. Even if you got the red card, let's say, it could be a completely different game. It's just, it was the stats of the first half where it was, Netherlands had 5 shots, so did Czech Republic. Netherlands had 0 on target, Czech Republic had 1. Like, both teams couldn't finish. De Vrij will ping it long. Vegos wins the initial header. De Jong heads it back. Kral, Dumfries now, he's outside the box. Great initial challenge. And Dumfries can't win the second ball. And they're just going to ping it over to that back corner. I'm going to see Kremčič. And one more play, come on. As Patrik Schick, he looks absolutely shattered. He's drenched in sweat. He is not going to care, though. But, yeah. And that's such a problem. You can look at... We know the decision was a bit iffy. It's such a shame because you have got such a really talented side. Like, your front three, really, including Begos, are so talented. Your midfield is Frank de Jong and Gini Wijnaldum and Martin de Roon. But Wijnaldum, who's having a group stage of his life, Frank de Jong is one of the best young midfielders in the world. Your defence is good. De Vrij, Serie A winner. Matthijs de Ligt, one of the best young centre-backs. Barry, obviously, the red card, but overall. And Promes, he knows, Sue Fowlers know what he was doing. And it's such a shame, but you know what? Mate, I wouldn't even do that, mate. You're half English, you're rooting for England now. I wouldn't even root for England. Obviously, we've got Germany. And I tell you what, I'd love it if we beat Germany. Because right now, our group side, let's say we beat Germany, it would be Czech Republic, Denmark, Sweden or Ukraine, and then us. Any 4 of them teams could go through and win it. I think Wijnaldum was getting in the right position. Oh! Kremčič. It was offside, but he had an absolute dig of a volley. Dig. Not dig. D-I-G. Of a volley, and it was a good step, I think. I feel like in the Ukraine game, he was probably one of the reasons you feel like you end up winning. He kept on fighting. Right, we will hear no German defence slander. On the Sports Corner, we've got a Gladbach fan and a Dortmund fan, and 2 of the 3 players play for both of them teams. If we had a Chelsea fan, it'd be even worse. You can't slander the German defence. Hummels and Ginter cannot step a foot wrong. It's a good ball over the top. Promes wins his header, but he just finds Souček. And Jakub Jankto now. He'll move forward, and you know what? He's sending it back to Kalushka, to Vashlik. Good ball by Vashlik. At the end of the day, Netherlands will look back and say, you know what, it was a disappointing tournament, but you've got players going forward for the World Cup. If you can qualify for the World Cup, you've got players ready. Don't you? You've got, at least now, Donyell Malen, De Ligt. I wouldn't say De Jong, because De Jong was practically in starting 11 for the last year. But like, you've got De Jong, De Ligt, Malen, Timber, Gakpo, Gravenberch, Wijndal. You've got the talent there that have played in a major tournament now. That if you do qualify for the World Cup, these kids in a year and a half time will be able to play. As Adam Holek, I think it was. Yeah, just took the pit. Went for a he was trying to control the ball and he was falling over. But he went for a scorpion kick. And Vashlik will just collect it. As I think another ball ended up on the pitch. Rudiger hasn't been playing that good. I think the German defence, that Germany-England game was interesting because I hope we will beat them. Because Germany didn't look amazing against Hungary. We saw that they conceded 2 goals in really spectacular fashion. Like they shut off when they got that equaliser. The first game against France, it was a boring, dull affair for both teams. And that Portugal performance was the only good performance we've seen from this tournament. So it could work as poor performance, good performance, poor performance, good performance. That would be against us. And as for England, we've not been good. It's obviously coming home. But we haven't been that good. Croatia, good win. We actually played well, I believe. Scotland was might be one of the most boring games ever. And Croatia, Czech Republic, it was 1-0. And we scored early, and then that was it. And look, Czech Republic have beaten Netherlands 2-0. As there is 10 seconds left on the countdown. Berghuis with a poor ball in. Do you think Van Dijk will be back for the World Cup and Prem? Is he 100%? Oh, I don't actually know. I can actually have a look. I'm pretty confident he's back, started to train, innit? Injury update, here we go. Return date, even. So this was on the 14th of May. This was how he's expected. He was out of the Euros, but he said he hopes to join the Liverpool team at the start of pre-season. So, yeah. And I mean, the thing is, luckily, with the World Cup being so close, players like that are older, but that was the last kick of the game. And have we got our first upset of the tournament? Yeah. And I think that's very disappointing. But what disappointing for Netherlands, I think they would have wanted more. I think he possibly start the season. But Czech Republic, the first probably major shock of the tournament, big 2-0 win. We're seeing them all together. Netherlands bow out of the tournament. They've got a talented side. I think they will come back bigger and better. But Czech Republic 2-0. Do you think? But Van Dijk, Sillerson, and Van der Beek couldn't play in the Euros, which is so sad because Stekelenburg first should have grabbed the ball. He was just that. Yeah. Isn't why couldn't is Sillerson injured? I presume you don't really have that sort of Sillerson, is that? Obviously, Van Dijk, we've got to admit, is the big miss. But you've got a good defence there. Same with Van der Beek, he's a huge miss, but you see Jan Boer on the pitch as well, so he was suspended. But well, the Czech Republic, Netherlands to up their game for the World Cup qualifications. Exactly, thank you very much, Kyle. It was a good little send-off there. But in what was a very hectic watch run, we have got our first confirmed quarter-final. Denmark will face Czech Republic that will be on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Saturday at 5 o'clock, so I might be debbing that, so you may get me again. People say you're worried about Netherlands. I told you I wasn't worried about. They were punching above their weight in group stages. Underrated, more like overrated. But Chris, they've got a good young team. And because the World Cup is only a year away, then players will still have this in the back of their mind. But Josh was going, we're getting the cat excited. Czech Republic are through. My underdogs. I don't believe it. They're unreal. They're winning. Patrik Schick is going to get a statue outside my house. No, it's going to be... I'm going to get the actual full Czech lineup. Like, do you know, like Sabutio's? I'm going to put them all out there, but I'm going to get huge life-size replicas. I'm going to have freaking Bashlik, Jan Boer, Kadberek. I'm going to have Selushka and Kalas. We're going to have Sufal, Souček and Holesh is going to be painted in gold after this performance today. Patrik Schick will get another gold one. But what a game for Czech Republic. They are through, more importantly. Now, they will face Denmark, and that is a huge game. Holesh and Schick, the thing, that red card for Matthijs de Ligt really did send the game in sort of disarray. I feel like without that red card, Netherlands definitely could have won it. Verstappen's better than the Netherlands national team. I can't say that. They've let us down, but they've got a young side, and this isn't the last we're going to see this Netherlands team. You've heard it here first. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, like, subscribe, notification. At least Verstappen won, and Van der Poel won a race in the top. Is Todd Fres going on? Max won, of course, Max won. This season's F1 season. Very interesting. Don't forget, YouTube, you're on in it. Like, subscribe, notification, all the YouTube stuff. Twitter is at the _top corner. The website is sports-corner.com. And the Instagram is the _sports-corner_. Don't forget to check us out on there to see when we're going to go live. Because we are going live very soon after this game. Obviously, you join me for Netherlands, Czech Republic. Czech Republic 2-0 victors. As Chris wasn't shocked by this victory. Well done, Czech Republic. I'm so proud of them. Belgium vs Portugal, that will be live in just under an hour with Josh at 10-8. Should be a very good game. I'll let him talk you through the lineups when we get there. Then tomorrow at 10-5, Croatia versus Spain in the round of 16. And oof, good game. And then KL, it's his last hope. France versus Switzerland, 10-8. It'll be tough for Switzerland, but they can hold. If they hold on, it'll be an incredible result. But after camera focusing issues, not the best camera here, we did it. We somehow finished watching. Thanks to everyone for joining me because it was a bit quiet at the start, but everyone clutched through. Thank you very much, and I will see you not tomorrow, but the day after. And peace.